find your minutes from your work session of April the 13th and the regular session of April the 14th. If you will, please review those minutes if you have not already done so. If there's any additions, deletions, or corrections, please see Ms. Dukes so that they can be corrected, so that the minutes can be voted on and approved tomorrow evening. Agenda item 5A for your consideration is the 2015 request for proposal for juvenile justice incentive grant program. Mr. Tyler.
Good morning. For the past 2 years, we've been receiving funding from the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council that has been used by the juvenile court to provide evidence-based diversion programs. The purpose of these programs is it gives the judge an alternative. He can refer the youth that come before the court to one of these programs as opposed to just sending them to jail and confining them. The primary program we've been using is something called functional family therapy, and that's basically where a therapist goes into the home 2 to 3 times per week, meets with the whole family, so it kind of addresses the issue on a family level as opposed to just meeting group counseling or just meeting with the actual youth, and to try and help them get through those problems, teach some parenting skills, also some life skills and decision-making skills to hopefully keep that youth from getting into further trouble. It's kind of evidence that the programs have been working, and one of the reasons we kind of have kept coming back each year and requesting that we be allowed to continue receiving this funding is over the past 2 years, our confinement rate has been reduced by 70%. So that means, if you look at how many kids were getting sent off to YDC, getting to jail or in-home confinement before we started these programs, and now we've seen a 70% drop, which is one of the highest rates in the state to date. We've also had 26 youth that were served the first year with a program called aggression replacement therapy, and so far to date over the 2-year period, we've had 71 that have gone through FFT. So of those 97 youth, only 8 of those have reoffended, and that's kind of another measuring stick that the CJCC and the state uses to determine whether the funding is cost effective and if it's working, is the recidivism rate. So, and that's kind of our ultimate goal, is to rather than just sending these kids off to jail, because what they were saying, you send them to jail and then they turn right around, get out and get in trouble again. So we want to kind of break that cycle, and it seems to be working. So each year we've kind of as the program has been more successful, they've kind of increased the amount of funding we could request. So this year we're requesting the approval to put in for the grant in the amount of $458,592. In this proposal, we propose to continue working with EBA, or Evidence-Based Associates. That's kind of the